Now let us continue with the next topic, that is urine excretion. Urine excretion, also known as micturition. From the collecting duct, the urine is drained into the pelvis region of the kidney. From the pelvis region, here you can see in the diagram, this is the pelvis portion of the ureter. So all the collecting ducts of several nephrons, they open into the ureters, and from the ureter the urine moves down by a movement which we call as ureteral peristalsis. Ureteral peristalsis refers to the wave-like movement or the constriction which propels the urine forward from the ureters to the urinary bladder. And from the urinary bladder, the urine is given outside through the opening called urethra by the contraction of the urinary bladder, as well as the relaxation of the sphincter muscles, and the expelling of urine from the urinary bladder to the outside through the urethra under an impulse from the nervous system we call as micturition. So micturition refers to the removal of urine from the urinary bladder through the urethra under an impulse from the nervous system. Now moving on to the physical properties of urine. So when we say about the physical properties of urine, the first point is about the color of the urine. It is almost clear yellow in color, and this is mainly due to a pigment which we call as urochrome. So urochrome is the pigment which gives yellowish coloration to the urine. Then regarding the volume of urine excreted per day, it ranges from 1 to 1.5 liters per day, and this may vary according to the climate changes, especially summer season, winter season and all, as well as with reference to the daily water intake by a person. Now moving on to the pH value of urine, it is around 5 to 8. So the value is actually approximately it is 6, pH is 6, which is showing a slightly acidic nature of the urine. Now moving on to the regulation of urine output. So how the quantity of urine which is given out from our body is regulated, and this is mainly done by a hormone which we call as ADH. ADH stands for antidiuretic hormone, antidiuretic hormone or vasopressin, and this antidiuretic hormone is produced by the posterior lobe of pituitary gland. So when the ADH production is reduced, what happens is there will be more amount of water given out along with the urine. That means more dilute urine will be given out without conserving water inside our kidney tubules. So there is no reabsorption of water happening in the absence of ADH. So if the ADH production is up to the sufficient amount, the loss of water along with the urine will be moderate. Now, there are certain substances which increase the production of urine. Such substances we call as diuretics. Diuretics are substances that increase the production of urine, and the condition we call as diuresis. Increased production of urine is known as diuresis, and the substances that increase the production of urine we call as diuretics. Especially tea, coffee, almost all the beverages, they are examples of diuretics. Now moving on to the next topic, that is the constituents of urine. Constituents of urine include around 95% of water, and the 5% is solid waste, and this solid waste may be organic or inorganic. And in grams per liter we can see the organic constituents in urine. Urea, creatinine, uric acid and certain other substances form the organic constituents of urine. Urea, creatinine, uric acid, etc. And inorganic constituents include sodium chloride, potassium chloride and ammonia. So all these are given in grams per liter. Moving on to the abnormal constituents of urine. This is termed abnormal because these components should not be present in the urine normally. So in case of certain infections happening in our body, there may be the release of these substances along with the urine. So the first abnormal constituent is blood cells, and the condition we call as hematuria. So the release of blood cells along with the urine, or the presence of blood cells in the urine, indicates the condition which we call as hematuria. And this may be mainly due to the kidney stones or some tumors in the urinary tract. Next comes glucose or sugar. So this is observed in case of diabetic patients, especially diabetes mellitus, which we also call as sugar diabetes. In such patients, the glucose will be present along with the urine, or the sugar is present along with the urine, which is termed as glycosuria. So the condition is glycosuria, where the excess sugar is present along with the urine which is excreted out. And this is observed in case of person suffering from diabetes mellitus or sugar diabetes. The next abnormal constituent is albumin. This is mainly occurring, albumin is a kind of protein, and this is mainly occurring because of the increased permeability of the Bowman's capsule, or maybe due to certain high blood pressure conditions. So that leads to the increased permeability of Bowman's capsule, which allow protein substances to pass through it. Normally the protein substances are given out through the efferent arteriole. It is not passing along with the glomerular filtrate. The last comes bile pigments. We know the bile pigments, they are the bilirubin, biliverdin, etc. Normally they should not be present along with the urine. Actually, this happens in case of patients suffering from hepatitis or jaundice. So the abnormal constituents in urine include blood cells, glucose, albumin, and bile pigments. Now moving on to the term osmoregulation. Actually, this is the function of the kidney. So kidney, while helping in removal of the urea from the blood, it also helps in maintaining the concentration of water and salts in our body. So that property we call as osmoregulation, or osmoregulation refers to the maintenance of osmotic pressure of the blood by regulating the amount of water and salt components in it. And moving on to the last topic of the chapter, that is artificial kidney or a dialysis machine. So what is this artificial kidney? In case the person's kidney is not functioning properly, that means if both the kidneys are not functioning properly,